welcome everyone here today. You wouldn't be here unless you were very special to James and Jemima, or played some part, however small, in their lives. And so for that, you're very special. And being so special, they had a little bit of trouble leading up to the day about table settings. And so they invited me to lend them a hand on that. And to that end, we came up with a plan. The ones at the front here are the ones that have given the biggest gifts. And working their way back. So if you can hear me, Tony, at the back.
Styles is!
James and Jemima, we would like to thank you very much for the top nugging glove. Right, so, very special day. It was on this very spot last September when we had a charity ball here, and James took me to one side and very politely, as he should do, a gentleman, and very well brought up, asked me whether he could take Jemima's hand in marriage. And of course, Mandy and I were delighted to accept. And I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome him totally to our family. He's been a member of our family for about 7 years now, but at least he's made it official. I just want to let you into a little bit of a secret about farmers. We're all a bunch of hard-working chaps, but that's a bit of a myth, unfortunately. For 10 months of the year, we actually do very little. We do a lot of socialising, a lot of holidaying, and a lot of drinking and partying. And for the other 2 months of the year, we work our butts off. And it filled me with horror when Jemima and James said that they were going to have their wedding right in the middle of our busy period. But fortunately, English weather being what it is, it's come up trumps and we can all barely relax. Right, Jemima, a very, very easy baby. She came along and she was always smiling, and she's always smiled since, very pretty little girl, and she stayed pretty all the way through her life. She takes after a little bit after her mother, actually. I've got to get that in. But they both my girls look radiant tonight, this afternoon, and I'm very proud of them. As a child, I said that she was no trouble. However, her younger sibling was a terror. What a pair of lungs he had on him. But that could have had something to do with the fact that he slept for the first year of his life in a bath, because we had a very small house. Acoustics aren't very good in baths. And hence the reason we used to move around a lot. We bought and sold houses, trying to get away from the neighbours because we upset them so much. But he turned out all right in the end. But as he wanders around with his camera, you please bear a thought for his parents who had to put up with all the grief. But anyway, he's a very well-adjusted chap now. Now,
cheers!
Although we moved around a lot into different houses, Jemima's schooling was very stable. She started, we built a wonderful school near here called Rookwood, and she was a bit of a long stay patient at Rookwood. She started in the pre-prep, went all the way through to GCSEs, and during her time there she was a star student, she was good at hockey, and also made lots of friends, and many of them are here today, and she's kept up with those friends, which speaks volumes of the fact that she is liked by everyone, and she gets on well with everyone as well. Now, when she left Rookwood, which is, well, I've just got to say that Rookwood has got a close affinity to our hearts, because my mother-in-law, Susie, who's here somewhere, went there. My wife went there. My sister went there. My sister-in-law went there. My son went there. My wife taught there. And I did work there when I was not farming as well. So we've got a close affinity with the Scotland. We've got 1 or 2 Rookwood students here, namely at the back. But it made her turned her into the girl that she is today, with a little help from her parents as well. But she excelled there. And then when she left Rookwood, she got GCSEs to go into Queen Mary's College in Basingstoke, where she did her A-levels. And she threw herself into that and had a good time there, didn't you, Mimes?
I did.
And through a bit of help from a friend, she got through that and got the grades to go to university in Plymouth, and got into Plymouth University to do geography. Now that's where she met James. This handsome debonair chap.
Where it all went wrong.
No, he didn't. And that was 7 years ago, long time ago. And they've been together ever since. But despite the distractions, she came out of university with a 2-1 and made her parents very proud. And then she went into the pub business. She'd been working in pubs while she was actually at college, paying her way through college, through university. And then you were even running pubs, weren't you? In the middle of Plymouth, not an easy thing. A bit of a rough area with lots of sailors, as you can imagine, but she handled a lot of them. And then she moved quietly down, simmer down. Then she moved into the hotel business, and yes, Kelly's here, and she was in the hotel business with Kelly. Yeah. Anyway, that was carried on, but very hard work, wasn't it, Mima? And very underpaid, and really, but you helped a few people out. She had this mindset to go and be a teacher, so she went back to Rookwood and spent about 2 days sitting in the classroom. And I remember coming back, when she came back after the second day, this is what I really want to do. So she wanted to be a teacher. So she managed to get into the teaching job and did 2 years training and finished fully qualified 2 weeks ago. So she's let loose. James and Jemima have got themselves really set up now. She's been working at Torquay, living with Sally and Arthur, very kindly put her up while James was in Bristol, where their home is. And James has been starting a new accountancy job and is doing very well. So he's set up, Jemima's set up with her new qualifications, and they've got a house. So they've got a flying start. And that's probably one of the reasons why they hang around for 7 years to sort themselves out. And they've done it all in the right way. So full marks to them. And I'm sure Jemima's going to be a credit to any school that she actually goes to. She's going to be a fantastic teacher. As we know, marriage is about teamwork. And I'm sure they will make an excellent team together, as we've seen demonstrated today. And yeah, James will always wear the trousers, but Jemima will tell him which ones to wear. But a little bit of advice, James, just keep your head down and soldier on. It all happens. But I'm sure they'll have a wonderful life together. I'd just like you to be upstanding to toast the bride and groom. To James and Jemima.
James and Jemima.
Give them all now.
Best man's like, he can go first, so I can't say anything about it in a minute.
Right, I've got a few things to say. I think first of all I'd just like to say to all of you, thank you so much for coming today. It's an absolute pleasure and a privilege to see you all here. There's so many faces that we both know so well, family, friends, and you know, it's just really, really wonderful for us to see you. I think from last night, really, seeing people help out in the tent and then go on to rehearsals and dinner in the evening and coming in today. It's been an emotional time, and it's been really, really, really amazing. So thank you very much for all that. I'd also like to say thank you to all. I've got to get this in, it's one of my duties. Thanks all to the wonderful presents. We haven't obviously looked at most of them yet, but I'm sure they're all great, and it's much appreciated, and hopefully they'll go towards, as we said in our invite, they'll go towards furniture in the house and things like that. So it's much appreciated.
A new sofa.
A new sofa. Now, much of this speech, I think those that know me will appreciate that I've decided to go this speech very much in line with my life philosophy, which is to wing it. So I hope you'll bear with me. Now, I have a couple of big thank yous to make to some very important people. I would like to start with, well, both sets of parents really, but I think Mandy and Sally, mother, darling. Now, if I could, before I say any more words, if I could get Archie and Louie wherever they are. On you go, boys. Thank you so much. I just wanted to say, they have been through our entire relationship. I'm going to correct Andrew slightly, as we're coming up for 8 years now, actually, not 7. But they've always been there for us. They've always been absolutely fantastic, supportive all the way through. And I think most importantly, with regard to today, especially Mandy, the amount of effort that's been put into getting this tent ready and getting the people here and the invites and all the other stuff. And I have to admit I'm quite a lazy bloke, so you know, I haven't been as much involved as I probably should have been. So, as a token of our appreciation, both mine and mine, to both of you, I would like to hopefully, if the boys come through, present you with a gift. I think I would be amiss not to mention the fathers as well. I think with regard to organisation, I think I was very right to mention the mothers in terms of the wedding and helping us sort out our lives. But for moral support, for emotional support, and just for being the man in both our lives. And I think Andrew said in the last 7 years as well, for my entire life. I just wanted to say thank you very much for just being there for us for today, and just being fantastic, both of you. And it's a privilege to have you as my new father-in-law.
Thank you.
So thank you very much. In the interest of keeping it brief, I'm going to not say too much about what's gone on in our lives, but I think there was one particular area I wanted to touch on, other than the fact that I think she looks absolutely gorgeous today, and I hope you all agree. I think through my life, certainly, I've always treated a relationship as it's basically strong through a good friendship. And I think that's the only thing I really wanted to touch on. I think all of you know Jemima well enough to know that she's a wonderful human being, a wonderful person, and there wasn't really any need for me to touch on that. But what I wanted to say, I think with us, certainly in our 8 years, is we've had a couple of rocky periods with her going away to Australia for 6 months, and obviously we've had a roller coaster year with a new house, new job, moving to Bristol, and you know, there's been some tough times, but I think through it all, really, our friendship has got us through, outside of the love and everything. I think at the end of the day, we're sort of best mates and soulmates, really. And I think that's what keeps us strong. So I just wanted to say thank you to Mary for that, because you are my best friend and I love you. Yeah.
So I just want to say, first of all, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you everyone for coming and celebrating this joyous occasion with all of us. I've got to say, on behalf of both family, you know, we'd like to say thank you very much for coming and celebrating this with us. Now, before I start, I want to say I've got to be honoured to have been asked to be best man due to, you know, you have a lot of good friends, hence all the ushers with you today. And as a younger brother, it's been a great honour for me. Over the years, you've been more than a brother. You've also been a mentor to me. So I'm trying to read while looking at it at the same time, seeing as I've forgotten.
Just wing it, maybe.
You know, you played a major part in shaping who I am, especially in my sense of humour. So as I've tried to make this speech as funny as I can, blame him. Okay? So that's and scroll down. So yeah, basically. On behalf of the bridesmaids, I'd just like to thank James for his kind words, and I think you'll all agree with me that they all look absolutely stunning tonight.
Yeah.
Mimey. But you know, you look stunning as well. And James, I've got to say, you just look stunning. And I completely agree. You know, you're both very suited for each other. You make each other very happy, and I'd like to make a big toast now for both of you. So if everyone can be upstanding, raise your glass. Let's say thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Cole.
Mr. and Mrs. Cole, go!
Thank you very much.